Hiya, my name's Mehdi and welcome to the channel. So I'm out today for my first wild camp, having just set this channel up. I've just left Church Stretton and heading up there, up to Caer Caradoc, one of the most iconic hills in Shropshire. So up there's the Three Fingers Hill that you can see now, and then beyond that is Caer Caradoc. It's about 6 o'clock now, hoping to get a good couple of miles under my belt walking around the east side of the hill, hopefully do a wild camp at the top. So I originally set this channel up to sort of really document my wild camps. I'm going to start wild camping a bit more now. I've done a bit of wild camping before, but I've just never filmed it, so I thought it'd be nice to sort of see how my first video goes. So I've bought this book called Hill Walking in Shropshire by Cicerone Books. Some really good walks in there, and this is one of them. So there's a number of options that you can take up to the top. There's quite a few footpaths that sort of lead off. This is one of them here, and that can take you up to the top there. But we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to just shoot off by the side of the coombe, come up the east side, and then walk up to the top from there, which is a nice sort of undulating walk up to the top. And then it gets a little bit steep, but you get some good views of the Lawley, which is another great ridge to walk in Shropshire. Just now at the Coombe Cottages, so there's a bit of a wood here. And then if you notice there just behind me there's a stile. So that's the first stile really that you come across. And you don't go across that one that takes you up, that can take you up to the top there. Carry on just past the Coombe Cottages and then take the second or third stile, I think it is. So there's a track, sort of takes you from the stile and then it sort of meanders round Wilston Hill. It's been a cracking walk up there. It's just following the main track really for a couple of miles. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our way now up to Wilston Hill and then up to the gnarly rocks of Caer Caradoc. So that's us reached the base of Wilston Hill, but we've just got to follow this track all the way to the end there through the gate, and then there's a ridge that follows all the way to the top, and that's where we're heading now. It's a bit of a walk. It proper taxes your quad muscles, just this last bit though. It's not too far. That's a bit of a climb all the way up Wilston Hill. So we've still got a little bit to go now. We've still got to walk up this ridgeline here, but since you've left that main track and then you walk up Wilston Hill, you go through the last gate really of the walk. There's some tremendous views up here. I mean, you've got Hope Bowdler Hill in the distance there, and that ridgeline of Hope Bowdler. And then as it pans round, you've got Brownclea and Tittersonclea hills, which are the biggest hills really in Shropshire. And they're in the distance there with the masts on the top. And then it's just, as far as your eye can see, it's just Shropshire hills. Maybe see the Malverns in the distance of Worcestershire or Worcestershire. And then as you pan around, then you've got the Wrekin, which is near Telford. That's when you come off the motorway to the A5, the Wrekins, you can't miss that. And then you've got the really narrow ridge of the Lawley, which just basically looks like a whale's hump. But some tremendous views up here. I'm loving it. Oh, tremendous walk it is up there. It's absolutely brilliant. And if I can keep my hat on and you don't hear too much wind noise. Oh. So our views of the Lawley in the background. Sun's just made an appearance and it's not too cloudy where the sun's setting. I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not. It might be too bright for us, but sun's setting in the background there. Hopefully get to see a decent sunset. So I'm just up at the top of now, Caer Caradoc, just up at the top of the hill now. And just looking really where I can pitch the tent. So I don't really want to be anywhere near the main drag or the main path. I want to sort of try and be as stealthy as possible, really. I don't want sort of early dog walkers or early runners or even late dog walkers sort of catching me, really. Camping, it's not on, is it, really? So I'm just looking for a bit of flattish ground now that's off the main drag. I mean, we're going to strike early anyway. I'm going to set my alarm early in the morning anyway. So I'm going to find a least decent setup, and then we'll put the tent up. So that's me set up now. Just got the Cloud Peak 2 set up, just tucked away behind the rocks there. I'm just pitched now behind these little rocks. I'm on a bit of a slope, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to get tucked away off the ridge line. Oh, deal, watch me footing. So what I've done is I've got like a little pitch just in between these rocks here, and I've got that view. So when I look out my door in the morning, I've got that view there. I managed to get myself a Vocation Pale Ale. So I've just been pretty much sat here looking at the view. If I show you around here, look now, the sun's just making its way down now in the sky. So hopefully get some decent sunsets tonight. So a little bit of a drone from the A49, nothing too noisy. So the main thing's from the sheep, really. So I think that's the only thing that's going to keep me up. But I've got me on my earbuds to go in. But that's the Cloud Peak 2, look, set up. So let me show you insides, show you what I've got set up. So I've got the Nature Hike Cloud Peak 2. It's a decent little tent, actually. I've used it a couple of times now. Got myself set up in here. Got the Thermarest Neo under there. I've got myself a Trekology pillow. And then I've got the Alp Kit Sky High 700 sleeping bag. So I've got my stove set up there, a couple of beers, some water to boil up for a brew. I've got my AeroPress there for the morning, for a morning coffee. I won't drink that tonight because otherwise I won't sleep. And then I've got my food for tonight. Yeah, so I've got the old Nature Hike set up. It's got a lot of mesh inside of it. It's about 10 mile an hour with gusts of about 15. I've had it in worse. I've had it in 30 to 35. It's a good little tent, actually. I mean, it's the first time I've had it up in the Shropshire Hills. Cracking hike today it was. Lovely little walk up to Caer Caradoc. So I had the sort of tent laid out, pegged out, and I heard some voices. And they were coming up. The voices were just coming over that ridge line there. I'm not overly worried because there's not going to be too many people hopefully walk past the tent in the morning. But what I am concerned about is those that are doing the walk up the ridge that way. I mean, I am sort of tucked behind this rock here. So hopefully you shouldn't be able to see anything. You're looking now from the main path further down. And I think you can agree that I am tucked in a little bit. You can just about see the tent. And that there, ladies and gents, is my view for tonight over the Shropshire Hills. I think you can all agree that that's a decent view. I think what I'm going to do is now just sit and have a beer for a minute. I've brought some chili con carne with me. I'm going to get that on the go on the stove. Drink my pride and joy. Sit in the tent, take in some good views. Let's get some dinner on the go. So I've got some, for the morning, I've got some overnight oats. What I'm going to do now is just pour some water in. I've got a bit of a leak. So I don't know whether that water's going to stay in there or not, but what we'll do is we'll soak some overnight oats and then warm them through in the morning. So I've just got myself a chili con carne, put it in the Tom Shoe pot, warmed it through. This tent, you've got a bit of a flap on the top where you sort of extend the flap over the whole of the tent. And it's making some right noise in the wind. So that's going to keep me up tonight, I think. Wind's just picked up now. We'll see. Hopefully it don't get sort of gale force because I'm perched right on the edge of a cliff. So what we'll do now, we'll have a beer, shall we? Vocation Ales, Heart and Soul. Let's have one of them. Cheers all. Oh yeah, I don't know whether you can hear that. It's gusting at about 20-25 mile an hour. I made a bit of a faux pas really. What I wanted to do is I wanted to get some good views. So I've pitched right by the edge just so I can get some good views. I knew it was going to be windy up here anyway. So what I should have done really was pitch in one of them dips. There's another fella up here I've just been chatting to. We had a beer together and just had a little bit of a chinwag, but he's in one of these dips, so, and I reckon he's going to have quite a quiet night. But, you know, you live and learn, don't you? So we'll see how we get on tonight. I'm going to finish the rest of my beer and then get my head down for the night. I think it's going to be a bit of a noisy night. But not to worry, eh? Right, see in a bit. Morning, ladies and gents. Oh, it's about 5 o'clock in the morning. Bit of a rough night's sleep last night. Wind's calmed down about 2 o'clock in the morning. Right, I suppose we better get up. But first, let's have a look outside. Had my overnight oats, soaked them overnight. Fresh cup of coffee in the morning, can't beat it. Just watching the sunrise now, but it's quite cloudy. All that's left to do now is just get packed up, leave no trace, and then get on the way. Well, that's us all packed up. The sun's just made an appearance in the background, and as always, leave no trace. It's been a cracking night. First wild camp really on Caer Caradoc. Really enjoyed it. So all that's left now is just to get the rucksack back on and make our way back to Church Stretton and back to the car. Oh, just making our way now down the main path, and we're going to head down to the Three Fingers Rock. I know past the Three Fingers Rock it's going to be quite steep, so we've just got to take our time and just be careful that I don't end up on my backside, which I'll inevitably will. That's us back at the car now. Quite a grueling walk down from the Three Fingers Rock. It's proper steep. Plays havoc on my knees. Anyway, I've had a cracking time. I had a cracking night last night. It was nice to watch the sunrise this morning. It was nice to get this channel up and running. More videos to come. Please hit that like button. It helps out massively trying to get the channel started. And please hit that subscribe button. And I shall see you on the next one. Ta-da.